Namaste, good evening. This is Dr. Aparna. I am an Ayurvedic Neuropsychotherapist, a passionate Ayurveda psychotherapy, neuroscience, and Bhagavad-Gita infopreneur, medical writer. I have voiced my pursuit as global neuro mind Veda. So, in this pursuit, we discuss on different topics regarding Ayurveda, neuroscience, Bhagavad Gita, and psychotherapy. So, totally talking about universal holistic mental health. So today's topic of discussion is, the book called, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. So the magic of thinking big, as the name itself indicates, this book, talks about the two true secret of success. That is, how to earn more, lead fearlessly, and live a happier life. So, the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, so contains secrets to getting the most out of your job, your marriage, and your family life. So the book illustrates how you don't need to be incredibly intelligent or unique to have the success you want. You simply need to think in a way that cultivates success. So, by thinking big, you can motivate yourself to improve your work life, earn more money, and get more happiness and fulfillment out of life. So, this book talk says that believe you can succeed and you will. So, first thing is to believe that you can, then you will. So, first thing is think success, don't think failure. So, at work, at home, substitute success thinking for failure thinking. So, whenever you face a difficult situation, think, I will win, not I will probably lose. So, instead of thinking, I will probably lose, think, I will win. So, when opportunity appears, think that I can do it. You get an opportunity, think that you can do it. Never think I can't. So let the master thought, that means I will succeed, dominate your thinking process. So what happens is thinking success conditions your mind to create plans and produce success. When you think of success, your mind, tries to create plans according to it and produce success by the actions. So your mind strategizes and, produces success through actions. So thinking failure does the exact opposite. So, failure thinking conditions the mind to think other thoughts that produce failure. So, the next thing is remind yourself, regularly that you are better than you think you are. So, successful people are not supermen, superwomen. So, success does not require a super intellect, nor is there anything that is mystical about success. And success is not based on luck. So, successful people are just ordinary folks who have developed belief in themselves and what they do. So, never, yes, you know, never sell yourself, short. So, this book says successful people are just ordinary folks who have developed belief in themselves and what they do. So, the next thing comes here is believe big. So, the size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. That means think of the little goals and expect little achievements. Think big goals and win big success. So, Remember this too. So, big ideas and big plans are often easier, certainly no more difficult than small ideas and smaller plans. So, the next thing it talks about is, health. So, but my health isn't good. So, the book says that refuse to talk about your health. So, the more you talk about an ailment, even the common cold, the worse it seems to get. So, talking about bad health is like putting fertilizer on weeds. So, besides talking about your health is a bad habit. So, it bores people and it makes one appear self centered and, old maidish. So, um, you know, one and you get a little sympathy earlier, but one doesn't respect and and um, belittle someone who always talks about ill health. So refuse, this book talks says that refuse to worry about your health. That means um I was so there is by what you can do is by genuinely be genuinely grateful that your health is as good as it is. So there is an old saying, worth repeating often. That means I felt sorry for myself because I had ragged shoes until I met a man who had no feet. So instead of complaining about not feeling good, it's far better to be glad, you know, you are as healthy as you are. Just being grateful for the health you have is the powerful vaccination against developing new aches and pains and real illnesses. So remind yourself often that this book says it's better to wear out than to rust out. So life is yours to enjoy. So don't waste it. Don't pass up living by thinking yourself into a hospital bed. So this is the thing that this book talks on health. So refuse to talk ill about your health. Next is, but you have got to have brains to succeed. People think that you have to have, brains to succeed. So this book says that never underestimate your own intelligence and never overestimate the intelligence of others. So don't sell yourself short. That means concentrate on your assets, discover your superior talents, discover your strength. Remember, it's not how many brains you have got that matters, rather, how you use your brain that counts. Manage your brain instead of worrying about how much IQ you have got. So remind yourself several times daily. So my attitudes are more important than my intelligence. So at work, at home, practice positive attitudes. So see the reasons why you can do it, not the reasons why you can't. So, develop I am winning attitude. So, develop an I am winning attitude. So, put your intelligence to creative, positive use. So, use it to find ways to win, not to prove you will lose. So, remember that ability to think of much greater value than the ability to the ability to think is of much greater value than the ability to memorize facts. So use your mind to create and develop ideas, to find new and better ways to do things. So ask yourself, am I using my mental ability to make history, or Or am I using it merely to record history made by others? So, this is a most important point. That means the ability to think is of much greater value than the ability to memorize facts. That means, so we are asking ourselves to ask ourselves that, am I using my mental ability to make history, or am I using it merely to record history, made by others? So the next thing the author talks about is it's no use. So thinking that I am too old for something. So look at your present age positively. So think that I am still young. So instead of thinking I am, I am 30 years old, think I am 30 years young. And so I'm still young than thinking I'm already old. So practice looking forward to new horizons, gain the enthusiasm and the feel of youth. So compute how much productive time you have left. That means, remember, a person, age 30 still has 80% of his productive life ahead of him or her, and the 50-year-old still has a, a big 40%, the best of 40% of his opportunity. And that means the years left. So life is actually longer than most people think. So invest your future time in doing what you really want to do. It's too late only when you let your mind go negative and think it's too late for me to do something. So stop thinking I should have started this years ago. So that's failure thinking. Instead, think I am going to start now. My best years are ahead of me. So that's the way successful people think. So the next thing we are always worried about, but my case is different. I attract bad luck. So this book talks about accept the law of cause and effect. So take a second, look at what appears to be someone's good luck. So you will find that not luck but preparation, planning, and success producing thinking is preceded his good fortune. So take a second look at what appears to be someone's bad luck. And you will discover certainly specific reasons Mr. Success receives a setback. So he learns and profits. So, but when Mr. Mediocre loses, he fails to learn. So when Mr. Success receives a setback, he learns and profits. And when Mr. Mediocre loses, he fails to learn. So, next thing this book talks about is build confidence and destroy fear. That means action cures fear. So, isolate your fear and take constructive action. So, inaction is doing nothing about the situation. That, what it does, it strengthens your fear and destroys confidence. So make a supreme effort to put only positive thoughts in your memory bank. Don't let negative self-deprecatory thoughts grow into, mental monsters. So simply refuse to recall unpleasant events or situations. Put people in proper perspective. So remember, people are more alike, much more alike than they are different. So get a balanced view of the other fellow. He is just another human being, and develop an understanding attitude. So many will bark, but it's a rare one who bites. So the next thing is practice doing what your conscience tells you is right. That means this prevents a poisonous guilt complex from developing. So doing what's right is a very practical rule for success. So make everything about you say though. I am confident, really confident. Practice these techniques in your day to day life activities. Be a front seater, make eye contact, walk 25%, faster, speak up, and smile big. So these are some of the things, interesting highlights, mentioned in the book. We will talk about the book, in the next session. So stay tuned.